So, what do you guys like to do? You like to party?
Party hardy.
Are you ready?
I guess so. You gotta lead this. I don't know.
You're the guy winging it.
I don't know where we're going here.
No? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of the Mountaintop Podcast. I'm Matt. This is my brother Marc, who helps run Matt's Ride with me. This is our buddy Kurtis and Jason. Say hi.
Hello. How's it going, everyone?
Hi. I can wrap that up. We're good?
Yeah. We are at the top of an undisclosed location today. We made a little pit to set this podcast up, and we're just here chilling. We're going to shoot the shit. Let's get into it.
Right on.
So for those of you that don't know, this is my brother Marc. He's been in school, so he hasn't been out here with me this month sledding, unfortunately. He works with me on Matt's Ride, and together we film and sled, quad, dirt bike, surf, you name it, we do it. So he's out here for a little vacay during his break from university. He's in his 4th year of civil engineering back home in Saskatchewan, so he's almost done. And he's out here right now. On the outside here we have Kurtis Pfeiffer, who's a buddy from back home. And we got Jason Richley here on the other side. And yeah, so this is your guys' first time in Revelstoke.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think?
It's pretty mind-blowing. The views, first off. The second is how weird this year is between being so tracked out, not having a ton of powder, but anything is better here than it is back home.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Saskatchewan is dry right now.
And flat.
Dry and flat. That's the normal, but yeah, it's terrible. So any day out here is a better day than at home.
Yeah, literally can't even ride at home.
Yeah, there's no snow at home.
It's the only riding that you can do here.
First ride of the year was yesterday.
First ride of the year was yesterday.
Yeah. There you go.
Pays to have those sleds sit in the shop year round and use it for 3 days, eh?
Yes.
Yep.
It feels fantastic.
Yep.
So you justify it to the wife and girlfriend, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. So it's only day 2 for you guys. What's your favorite part about Revy compared to Golden where you guys rode last time?
Just how big the areas are. So much more to see, so many more places to go.
Definitely. This is way more vast than Golden. We rode Quartz Creek last year, and it's very, very tight and a ton of hill climbs. A lot of single trail everywhere, whereas here it's groomed so much more. It seems as though the club kind of takes a little more pride in the whole grooming process here.
Yeah, just way more area to ride.
I know.
More places to go.
Never ridden Golden.
Nope.
Have you?
No, just drove through it.
Yeah.
30 times.
It's always just a pit stop for fuel, usually.
Mm-hmm.
So
Last little stop before Revy.
It was fun. Snow was deep because it was last year, but
yeah,
it was still a good time.
sweet.
Driving here from Golden, it's kind of strange because it's not a far distance, but it takes so long between all the switchbacks and decreased speeds on the highway. And being my first time here, it's like, oh, is this extra drive really worth it? But I knew after the first 10 minutes yesterday it was.
Sweet. Okay, well, we'll do a little rapid fire questions. I did this with Chase last time, and I don't know, I kind of liked it. So I'm going to ask all 3 of you guys, and I guess myself too. What was your first memory snowmobiling? And what was your first snowmobile that you had? Kurtis?
Honestly, first memory is just as a young kid going out with my grandpa all the time, every winter. He's had sleds since I was a baby, so going out all the time with him every single winter was probably, it doesn't matter the memory. They're all good.
Yeah.
There's no bad memory snowmobiling.
For sure. What was your first sled?
My first sled is actually the one that I have out here, the 2016 Pro RMK 800.
155. It looks good because he bought some, here's a little plug, some backwoods bumpers for it. You slap those puppies on.
Yes, sir.
Looks good. I like it.
Yeah, the backwoods bumpers are unreal. They're perfect.
Little marketplace find, hey?
Yeah.
Nice.
Facebook Marketplace find.
Jason, you found them, eh?
Yeah, you found them. Yeah. Sent them over and messaged the guy immediately and met up a week later and picked him up.
Okay, Marc?
Yeah, my first memory is probably riding from my dad, sitting either on the back of the XLT, almost falling off, or riding on the gas tank, or riding in the sleigh hanging off for dear life behind. So, yeah, pretty young when we first started riding them on. And then first sled that I actually bought is 2015 Ski-Doo Summit 146, and had that for probably a good 6-7 years. And then last year just bought a 2022 850 Ski-Doo Turbo. So
Not a big deal.
it's been quite the upgrade, that's for sure. I love the turbo.
You got the longer track on that too, eh?
Yeah, 154 3-inch. So it's a little bit nicer.
Nice. Jason?
First memories I have is at my grandparents' cabin up at Emma Lake, snowmobiling behind the little sleigh, and it always amazed me as a young kid just how capable snowmobiles are. The fact that you can just drive over anything in the snow, especially rip across the lake, it's quite amazing. My first ever personal sled was a 1980 something Ski-Doo 377 Safari, and I ripped
beast.
steel beast, probably weighed
Probably should still
1,000
have it,
pounds. And it was actually our works before my dad bought it for us, and we put quite a few miles on that thing, and eventually just sold it and got out of sledding for a couple of years until I was able to have a full-time job and make some money, and I re-got into it with an Arctic Cat M7 and sold that after a couple of years. And throughout the years I've had plenty different Ski-Doo, Arctic Cat, Polarises, and currently I have a 2013 M8000 162.
Nice. And what's the best brand of snowmobile?
Oh man, that's a tough question.
Being you've driven all of them.
That's a tough question. I keep going back to Arctic
There's only
Cat
one
for
right
a reason. I'm sure if I got a G5 Turbo, that would be my favorite.
Cool.
I'd like to ride an Alpha to see what it's like, but
They are cool to ride, those Alphas. They feel like a T-Motion,
yeah,
but more aggressive, I'd say.
definitely.
Cool.
How about you, Matt? What's your first memory?
Probably the same as you, bud. Riding on my dad's 98 700 XC Indy. I remember we were playing in the fields and we'd be jumping off drifts on it. That's kind of my first memory. Just me and him riding on the gas tank.
Yep, hanging on the mountain bar, aftermarket mountain bar we put on it, and sitting on the gas tank.
Holding on for dear life.
Pretty much. Yep.
I remember just being scared too. My first sled was I bought it brand new. Was 2015 Ski-Doo 800 XM, like 146, same as Mark. We had identical twin sleds. Mine was red and white, same with his. His just had electric start. But that was my first sled I ever bought. I bought it when I was like, I think it was 15 or 16 when I bought it.
Mhm.
And then sold it 2 years ago. Last year I bought my 23 Expert Turbo, and then I bought a 24 Expert Turbo for this winter. And yeah,
That
super
thing
happy
rips.
with it. Never let me down, honestly.
That thing rips.
Does it? Oh,
The turbo.
Oh,
makes
the
such a
turbo,
big
yeah.
difference too.
yeah. So what was your guys' first mountain experience, Jason?
First mountain experience was when I took my then girlfriend out, and we went to somewhere by Panorama to a place called Toby Creek Adventures, and we had rented a sled with a whole group. And it's funny, I'd ridden a sled, so I was kind of used to it, but you have a lot of people down from like Texas or Australia or New Zealand, and a lot of people don't have a clue on a sled, so it was quite funny to watch them try and ride. And it's a whole tour guide. It's all the way up, bunch of mountains, and eventually you get to the top, and they send you off in a bowl for a little while to go play with the sleds as much as you can with the two up anyway. But after that, they cook you a nice little lunch and feed you some hot chocolate in an old abandoned mine shaft. And it was a very expensive day, but man, was it worth it. And the pictures we got from there, and just thinking about it, it was a lot of fun. The
Sweet.
second time then was Golden last year, and this is the third, and hopefully not the last.
Hopefully the missus lets it come out again. Hey?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully the baby lets me come out again.
Curtis?
My first time out here was last year in Golden. First
Nice.
timer.
And it was
Yeah.
deep, eh?
It was deep.
Nice. That's
Super
so-
deep. We only rode for a couple days, but no visibility at all. Like, this is completely different.
Classic. Yeah, I like how you can see
You
the
can
valley behind
actually, you
us.
can
Yeah.
actually see.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. No, it was super fun. Like, obviously came back, so must not have been that bad, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Marcus?
I think it was about, we got those 2015 sleds, so I think it was around 2016, somewhere around there. Came out February break during school. my brother, my dad, and a couple buddies, and yeah, I did that. It was good. We had pretty good conditions, I think, that first trip. Got a little bit of sun and some snow, so got a little bit of feel for it and realized how awesome it is. And pretty much every year since then, we've been coming back at least once a year. So
You guys got years on us. Years.
Years.
I'd say, well, mine's obviously the same as Mark's, but I remember it a little differently. Our first day riding, we rode Sycamoose, and the person we were riding with was not in a rush, so we were kind of like eager to get riding. We didn't get out till super late. We got up to the cabin, poor visibility. The snow was deep, but like couldn't see. I remember just being stuck after stuck after stuck, which it was still fun, but definitely was like eye-opening doing it that way. But then day 2 we rode in Revy on Frisbee Ridge. It was a Bluebird, and there was like probably 2.5 feet of like untouched powder. Everywhere you looked was untracked, and it's probably the best way to learn how to ride.
And you had the 146.
And the 146, and it was a blast. I remember burning all of our fuel that day.
yeah, definitely use the jerry cans, that's for sure.
That was probably the best first experience you could ever have. And it was with Mark, my dad, Kevin, and Joey. John. But, yeah. Unreal.
Yeah, ever since then, usually around Christmas time, try to get out, and then sometimes February break with school.
Yeah,
pretty much every year.
Once you're
just
done school, man, that's gonna be.
Yeah, hopefully
nice,
hopefully I can swing a little bit longer of a trip. We'll see.
Just like your brother.
Nah, he won't get the time off.
Talk to my boss before you do.
Yeah, it'd be a race to the boss.
Yeah.
Time off shoot.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough one to ask. I finished school. I've been working at this place since 2018, but I finished school and started working full time. And like a month after working and being employed full time, I asked my boss for a month off a year in advance, and I was like,
just shitting bricks, eh?
It got approved, and it got approved this year again. So
well, a year in advance, that's easier to swing than like, hey, like 6 weeks from now, I would like a month off. Like,
yeah. So hopefully next winter I can swing it again.
We'll see how it goes when both of us ask for the same month off.
Yeah. Hopefully it works.
Might not.
Chop my rent down a little bit, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll pay
Split
for some
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sleep on the couch every night.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
couch.
somebody gets the coach for 2 weeks, somebody gets the
Oh,
bed.
yeah.
Switch it up.
Get a memory foam on that couch there.
So in the last episode, I asked Chase what he did for work to come out here and sled. I kind of told my story a little bit, but what do you guys do for work, Kurtis?
I'm a journeyman auto body tech up in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. That's really it. Monday to Friday.
Ref hockey?
Ref and hockey.
Nice. Mark?
Yeah, I'm in school, 4th year for civil engineering at the U of S in Saskatchewan there, and ref hockey on the weekends, try to afford some groceries, and
What leagues do you work?
Just get it out of the way.
Bing.
Ving?
I got hired in the WHL this year, so
Dang.
Not a big deal.
So yeah, it's been cool. I'm doing some CIS too, U Sports. It's been cool doing some of that hockey, but all levels are fun. It's a nice way to get some exercise, de-stress from school, and make a little bit of cash too on the side. So
Oh yeah.
it's definitely help pay for the groceries and the beer too.
Yeah.
So,
Most important.
yeah.
Jason?
I'm a paramedic out in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan as well, and
Just saving lives, eh?
attempting.
Trying my best.
Doing my best in my job. I've been doing it for just almost 8 years now.
Right on. What'd you do before that?
I was a firefighter before that, wildland firefighter. And before that in high school, I took care of a hockey arena just north of PA. I did all the zamboniing and ice maintenance and canteen stuff. And
Sweet.
always in the winters, and then the summers I would usually work on cars or do something like that.
Cool.
Party.
Party, that's
Party.
mainly, yeah.
Yes.
The next rapid fire question I'll say is, how did we all meet? Well, us, I was at home one day and this guy showed up and I was like, who is this? Like,
Yeah.
get out.
You got a brother. Surprise.
I'm an only child.
No more attention.
Yeah, no more attention.
Take
So
some
Mark
attention.
and I are brothers, 3 years apart, but Mark and I met Kurtis through reffing hockey and playing hockey growing up.
Oh yeah.
Also played ball hockey with them too.
Yeah.
They were champions.
Yeah, champions.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
That's good
time. Yeah.
And then you two know each other how?
Well, I'm actually best friends with his brother, with Jason's brother. So, hanging out with his younger brother.
What's the other connection?
And the other connection is, I'm dating his wife's sister. So,
Welcome to
close.
small town
keep it
Saskatchewan.
close. Yeah.
It's far enough, but close.
Yeah. Might as well, right?
It was funny growing up. I mean, you look at your little brother and his friends, and you're like, oh, these guys are annoying. Next thing you know, you're...
At the family dinner.
Yeah,
table.
next thing you know, you're at the family dinner table. And
Driving all the way out here
yeah,
together.
and driving 14 hours to come sledding with them.
Yeah.
Not bad. And then I know Jason through my girlfriend and his wife are friends, so that's how I met Jason. And then I knew Kurtis before, but that's kind of how
Kind
we
of a
all
triangle there.
kind of started hanging out
Yeah.
more.
So,
Yeah.
I met Jason about 2 days ago. Hopped in his back seat at about 6 a.m. at PA, and
And there was the next 14 hours.
That's
we
14
got to know
hours
each
straight.
other pretty good.
Yeah, Marc was gonna come out during his break. I'm like, dude, like, why drive out by yourself when your sled's here?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could fly, but that's super
Yeah,
expensive
That's
right
out
now.
of the student budget for sure. That's
So I was
It's
like,
easier
well,
to jump in.
why don't you just like text these guys and jump in? So I heard they made a little hole in the back seat for you to,
Oh yeah,
to
Oh, yeah,
pop
we
in,
had a hole
and
there.
Yeah.
you're here.
worked out good. Yeah.
Got the gear here. Got you here.
The old Dodge was sagged down quite a bit
yeah.
coming here.
As soon as he got out, though, got
Oh,
better,
yeah.
right?
Sub bumped underneath me in the back seat.
Not
It was-
sure.
Yeah.
Not sure how you slept through that, but you did.
Oh yeah.
I got a text 3 hours in, Marc zonked.
Snapchat. Just
I got like 2.5. I don't know what it is. Every time I go on a mountain trip, like I don't go to bed till like 2, 3 a.m. I don't know why, but it's just
Yeah.
always last minute packing and yeah. So
Yeah, I had one
I can agree
last
with
minute
that.
request from Marc when he came. I'm like, bring a couple rolls of TP and some dishwasher pods.
yeah. So yeah, okay, a little random, but
I've only got like 4 days left
Yeah, I
here, so
don't-
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna go
need-
buy a bunch of toilet paper and a thing of dishwasher
what
pods.
you went to my dad's Abbey bag to find his spare toilet paper to
I did.
get through.
just to get.
I ran
here.
out of TP in the house, so I was like, "Okay, I just need to get enough to make it till Marc gets here." So I knew Dad kept a spare roll in his Abbey bag for
Better tell him about that next time.
for
he
the
comes out,
emergency
hey.
dookies on the hill.
Should probably tell him about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably should.
Or
Or I could just leave it and let him surprise himself.
Let's see if he watches this or not.
swear I had it in there.
Well, I just figured out that the camera cuts out at 29 minutes. So please enjoy these photos that I took over the trip for the next 10 minutes until the closing segment. We have the audio, but we just don't got the video, so enjoy these photos.
I got a rapid fire question for you.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go now.
Here we go.
Matthew's
Hot seat.
now in the hot seat. We're gonna start giving him rapid fire questions.
So what's it like being here? Do people recognize you? Do people say, hey man, let's go ride, I saw you on YouTube?
Or TikTok.
Or TikTok now, yeah.
Yeah, I get that sometimes.
Yeah.
I get some DMs asking like questions about like where I stay, if I'd be open to ride. And I do ride with people when they DM me, but I can't ride with everyone,
Yeah.
especially when I have like groups that come out. So I do my best to like try and respond to people, but if I don't respond to you, like I'm sorry. Like I can't ride with everybody.
No hard feelings.
No hard
Yeah.
feelings. I'm not trying to be I can't really say that word, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been cool. Definitely had some I've definitely had some people like recognize me or my sled and either message me on like social media after they've seen me or whatever. I guess today in the parking lot, I seen there's a group from Sask there, and then Marc was riding and some guy was a little bent out of shape somewhere, so he gave him a hand getting one stuck, and
Yeah, I found Buddy just trenched right in. He's trying to dig his whole sled. I was like, man, let's just roll it over.
Yeah.
Made it easy and say, hey, you know Matt? I'm like, yeah, he's my brother. It's like, yeah, I see him in the parking lot this morning. I'm like,
yeah, I was right beside him. Thanks for noticing me. But
yeah, I know Matt. Yeah, Matt's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been cool. Like, definitely, it's been cool to see the growth. Like,
Definitely a lot more this year than last year.
yeah,
Yes.
I would say so. Definitely more that we're a little bit more established, and definitely have a little bit louder of a wrap on my sled for
Mm-hmm.
to be identified.
Get noticed a little
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, the wrap definitely gets,
It's nice and bright orange.
yeah, it catches people's attention. You can't miss it.
The bright orange suit too.
Yeah, you can't miss me.
It's great. You can find them on the mountain. So
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah,
So
before
easy.
I was just a black blob, usually stuck somewhere.
Blending in with the trees.
Yeah.
Right in a tree well.
Yeah, pretty much. I got one. What's your guys' goal for this trip, or like for the future trips? Any riding goals or anything like that?
Just getting more experience.
More experience?
Only second year.
Yeah.
Not bad, but
Everyone
not
starts
great.
somewhere and learns,
Yeah.
right? So you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Everything's new out here. You come ride flatlands in Saskatchewan and it's easy. You come out here, you get absolutely dummied.
Poor tree.
Yeah, hill climbs have gotten way better. Kind of psychological stuff going on with it. It's hard. You psych yourself out seeing a big hill, but then you just try and it's like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
So for anyone struggling with that, you kind of just got to do it. And I found over the last couple days, just with it being so tracked out, it's easier on tracks to start, and where there's not weird dips or weird, where people have gone up the powder and you're hitting somebody's trench and you roll over. Because last year in Golden, that's what a lot of that was, and seeing big hills for the first time, it's like, oh man, that's scary.
And it was super deep.
And it was super deep.
Super
I
deep.
mean, I trenched that 162 right down, and I was probably nowhere near the bottom. And I mean, we made it
Head stuck.
our one friend made it right to the top of the one mountain and dug himself in, because otherwise he was going off of a cliff that we couldn't see just from the fog. And trying to dig that out, I think we dug probably 6 feet down, trying to roll the sled over
Yeah, he
in a
was
safe
nice and-
place.
He was nice and straight up and down. He
Straight
laughed
up and down, cat. And we ended up getting it flipped over, but here this year, I think you could trench far enough down and just hit the bottom. So in some places, anyway.
Just hit the ice.
Yeah, I just hit the ice.
Yeah, it's pretty slick underneath.
I'd like to see myself be able to just do some more side hilling and learning that. It's gotten a little bit easier now with some new skis on my sled, other than the factory Articat ones. So we'll see.
Yeah.
A little sore after the first day, that's for sure. It's a big change in the body workout coming here.
Yeah.
Complete body workout.
It's a complete body workout.
How about you, Mark?
Yeah, this trip, the snow is definitely not as great, but it kind of exposes your weaknesses, especially with side hill and everything. Going over old tracks and not that deep of snow. So just working on some technical stuff, being a little bit more in control on the side hill and not just bombing across. And if you hit a rut, you're going down into a tree. So
Yeah.
I like to practice my wheelies today, but it's too slippery under the under the snow. So
I've
it's-
gotten him up a couple times.
Yeah.
Got a couple.
Other than that, yeah, just keep trying to push and don't total off my sled so I can sell at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So,
What are you going to get?
well, we'll see what Skeeter comes out with.
That release is coming up here soon.
Yeah.
Soon, yeah. Actually, really soon.
Yeah, I think the pre-release or the pre people had a code, I think, for
I got
soon
one.
here. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When is
Dealers-
it?
Oh, I got it. We'll have to punch it in and see.
Yeah.
The dealer sent it to me, so
Okay.
we'll see.
I'd like to so much like a Polaris, but my email can't handle that many stop ride recall emails, so
Yeah.
it fills up the inbox pretty quick.
Yep.
We did order 2 Polarises.
Yep.
I'm not the bash, but like
I'm not the bash either.
we Mark and I last winter I ordered a 9R 155 big screen. Mark ordered a 850 Chaos big screen.
Yeah.
And they never came in on time.
Yeah.
We
You wouldn't have been
we
able
spring
to-
checked them, and I was supposed to head out here like Christmas time, so like December 27th, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Sled never came in, so I knew it wasn't gonna come in. So when the Sask snow show came to Saskatoon, I went on the hunt for a turbo, and I actually found one. Little plug, Rack Tech, thank you. I was like asking dealers at the show, and the one guy, Ryan, I just walked up and I was like, hey, do you guys got like any turbos that someone's backing out of on a snow check? And he said, yeah, sure. So yeah, I got his number, and then the next day I put a deposit on it, and it was unreal. I put 1,600K on that sled,
Mm-hmm.
and I only had one little warranty thing, but I didn't even miss a day of riding. I just took it to the dealer, fixed it, brought it back out, and we were good to go.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
And yeah, I've been dealing there ever since, and I probably will keep dealing with Rectech and Lloyd there.
Yeah, mine same thing. Had the Polaris order, and the ship date kept getting pushed back, and leaving at Christmas, I didn't really want to take my old sled. I kind of wanted to have something fresh, so realized I wasn't going to come in, so I went on Kijiji, started looking at brand new 23s, but I realized the same price I can get an older turbo, G4 turbo, so started looking into that and found one at Lintlaw, Saskatchewan there, and went and picked it up, and I'm really happy with it. But once you go turbo, it's tough to go back, so
Yeah.
my budget's been increased tremendously.
Yeah. It's definitely like, well, first of all, after seeing all the issues that the 9R had last year with spark plugs, I was so happy I got what I did because it ran flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And we got another bogey coming in here.
Nah, you just dropped in there. We're good. You'll see your orange hood.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come flying into our pit.
Pylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a possibility someone could come mock chicken up here, but
He's going the other way again. We're good.
Anyways, Mark and I, long story short, never got our sleds, never got our deposits back, and
Now, would you still get a 9R or would you go for the 850 boost?
see, that's the thing. My buddy Chase, who was on the last podcast, he's got both, and I've seen it, but the Polaris does side hill way better. Like in low snow, the Polaris is like the best side hilling machine. The new
Yeah.
Expert's really good too, but the new Polaris has that edge, I think, on it over Skidoo and side hilling, especially in
Yeah.
like poor snow.
yeah, conditions like this, it'd be really good. So.
But on the other hand, that boost, he's got a 2022 boost. That thing, he's ran it 4 days this winter, and it's broken down every single day. So if you only got one sled when you come out here, it's kind of tough to
Yeah.
put all your marbles on that one sled working. So,
You want to change crank bolts or do you want to change spark plugs?
or change clutches,
Or change
Or
clutches?
clutches, yeah.
or have your sled blow up. They
Or
just
have it
had that
blow
other stop ride recall for the gas tank.
Again.
Apparently it's
Yeah,
still,
well,
again.
it's a partial fix, I think, for the previous fix, eh?
yeah, so I got to fix for a fix that's not fixed, right?
And that's exactly it.
Yeah, it's been a tough couple of years, just for everyone to just get the sleds on time, and then all that stuff happening too is not the best.
And
but
dealers trying to make their money. I mean, Arctic Cat's no different with their clutch recall, and
Yeah.
it's not a fix for the clutch, it's just a plate so it doesn't blow up in your leg.
Mhm.
I'm not saying Skidoo's perfect either,
No.
No,
but
nobody's perfect.
but they've been definitely pretty good with their stuff, I would say.
It's been good for us. So it's,
Yeah, that's
Sound
for
like
sure.
that guy just hit a tree.
Probably.
Did you hear that
There's-
crunch?
There's a lot of throttle, then a sudden
Then a crunch.
and then
And a
quiet.
Mhm.
It's usually a bad sign.
Trees, eh?
You want to tell us how your
Trees
fuel,
do,
your
yeah.
fuel gauge started working yesterday?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
speaking of trees,
Yeah.
When one thing starts to work, another thing I guess has to break. But
Mhm.
fuel gauge wasn't working coming out here, and tried to go down a little bit of a drainage, and I had my eye on a tree, and somehow it ended up at my front bumper.
you just wanted to kiss it, hey?
Oh yeah, I flew right over the handlebars. But on the plus side to that, my fuel gauge started working again. So there's always a positive to a negative, I guess.
Yeah.
Just gotta hit a tree for your fuel gauge to work.
I mean, even if you're just bored, just hit a tree, see what happens.
Right,
Don't take my advice.
I have a little pizza here for lunch. Shout out Village Idiot for making some pretty good za.
For you two that come out here, what is your favorite lunches when you come out here?
Pizza's nice because it's easy. You get a large at supper. Get out with breakfast and lunch if you're really feeling it.
What we did
Three
last
days
night.
worth of leftovers.
Yeah.
Easy to wrap it in tin foil, throw it on your can, warm it up.
Cheapest meal prep there is.
Yeah, I'll just unwrap this quick here.
Alright, so next topic we're going to talk about here is what kind of gear we have, what you kind of bought, what you like. Some people are more mixed match than others, but sometimes it's what you got to do. So, Kurtis, you want to start?
I had a FXR suit last year. This year upgraded to the Peak. Really comfortable, lots of movement, all that. Just some nice Marc's Work Warehouse boots. Nothing special about them. Some CKX gloves. Oh yeah,
I didn't even know.
yeah. Just
They look good.
Wind River, I think, is the brand or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout out.
They're comfy. Some CKX glove, XFXR gloves. And I do ride the FXR helmet and goggle combo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, I got a 509 onesie a few years ago now. I love it. Got the non-insulated. It's still pretty good around home, just got to layer up a bit, but it's definitely nice for the mountains having the non-insulated. Gets you don't get as hot and sweaty. 509 boots, got these 2 years ago. Before that, I rocked insulated rubber boots with electrical tape around my pants to keep it down.
It works good.
Worked
It
pretty
actually
good.
does
actually.
work.
Works really good.
Worked
Yeah.
solid. So
You gotta do what you gotta do.
509 boots. I got climb gloves, I guess. 509 helmet, goggles, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just slowly bought the gear over the years. Bought a suit one year, bought an Abbey pack next year, gloves one year. Just it definitely wasn't all at once, that's for sure. So just slowly trying to get some more quality gear. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I would be, well, I said last time, but 509 helmet, goggles, outerwear, and then I got climb boots and climb gloves.
You got the 509 sunglasses going.
I got the 509 sunnies, and I actually really like these things.
They look comfy.
Jason?
Yeah, it's all over the map for me. I bought these CKX boots years ago and they've been pretty good, but I'll have to do an upgrade on those pretty soon. They're getting pretty old, and last year I got this FXR monosuit right before we went to Golden, and it's been absolutely awesome. I mean, it's the insulated one, and I'm always running cold, so
That was a tree.
another tree smack.
I heard some profanity and a loud crunch.
That was a very loud crunch.
Not to cut you off.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep
So
going.
good. Got some climb gloves this year and some 509 kingpins with my CKX Titan helmet, and that combo has been wicked.
Sweet.
Never would I have imagined how handy heated goggles really are. It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
I'd definitely buy those in a heartbeat again. The insulated stuff is really nice for people like me who just run colder and don't run as hot. And got FXR gloves as the backup ones, and some heated Costco ones as well to come down at night. And
Those would be nice on colder
yeah,
trips up the trail, down the trail.
and my Folkleys from a Mexican beach last
Yeah.
month. Today,
Shout
yeah,
out the Folkleys.
Yeah, shout out to Folkleys.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I run. Alibaba. Go
Alibaba
buy 10
Folkleys.
pairs of sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Lose them in the lake. Whatever.
Well, yeah,
Break out the
that's-
next pair.
and that's what happened this year.
Even
The
you
real ones.
drop them in the snow, they get scratched up.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, $10. Oh well.
Good to go.
And for bags this year, I bought a used BCA bag with all the accessories and BCA Tracker Probe, and it's been nice. I mean, lucky enough, I haven't had to test out it yet, but at the end of the year, I might blow it off just to see if it truly does work. So
We should blow it off.
we should blow it off. See what happens.
Probably will in the parking
All
lot.
three of you should. I've already done mine twice, so I don't need to.
Come on.
Unnecessarily, but I did.
Come on.
Accidentally.
Yeah, just ate the bars twice.
Yeah, I don't know how I didn't set it off yesterday going over the bars. I was surprised.
So would you guys come back here after your first 2 days so far?
Well, I think the better question is when will we be back here?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
hope
for sure.
hopefully it's next year if everything goes well, and
Yeah.
tried to come out once a year type thing would be nice.
Sweet.
Even if it's for another 4 days.
Yeah,
riding,
4
right?
days,
Like,
5 days.
A little
It's,
week.
yeah, after that time frame, you start to get a little tired out unless you're like this guy and spending a long time out here,
Yeah.
and going to the gym every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been going to the gym every day since I've been here, but before.
Well, this is pretty much a
yeah,
workout.
at home I do, but not here.
Yeah.
I bought the gym membership here. I've maybe been. I can count on two hands how many times I've been here.
Well, this
But-
is enough of a workout.
Oh yeah, you come back gas, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when there's more snow and you're digging yourself out. And
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be as bad if we were able to sled at home this year and break it in a little bit, but took it from the backyard to the garage and prepped it, and then to the trailer, and that was it this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
And last year, I mean, it wasn't great last year either. We got a couple dumps of snow back home, and there was nothing after that really in the springtime. And so we only put on about 200 kilometers last year, I think, and this is pretty much my second or third ride out on my cat since I bought it. So
then
it's-
you haven't
and
ridden
it's-
much since you got it.
it's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Hey, don't be mad. I paid way too much for my sled last year.
COVID prices.
COVID prices on
But I
the
could buy a
Scooty.
G5 turbo for less than I paid for my G4.
Yeah.
It's a little saddening, but yeah, I
It
got about
sounds-
10 days on it so far. So if you divide the price by the days,
That's
not-
still cheaper than a rental.
yeah,
Yeah.
close.
Just
close.
Just about.
Yeah, we'll see.
But- Yeah, I don't know. I think today's pod went pretty good. Dug this pit, and then I made a bench here and 2 outside chairs. We set it up. We had the nice valley behind us. The sun came out.
Super.
Got a little stairway coming up, and yeah, it's pretty good. Anything else, guys? Or
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
yeah.
Subscribe
Great
to
time.
Matt's Ride.
Yeah.
Like, comment,
Hit
subscribe.
that like button. Subscribe.
Put in the comments if we should do something better than this hillbilly setup that I've got going on.
Hey,
We are from Saskatchewan though, so you know.
Well, make it work with what you got.
gets the
so
job done.
It does a pretty good job. We got a pretty expensive camera recording this, but the audio is
Subpar.
yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Mountaintop Podcast. This is episode 2. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and put in the comments if you guys want to see anything different or see some different faces. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
KP,
See ya.
Marc, Jason.